What is up? Coming to you live from the cat house as I have a cat on my left and I have my beautiful cat lady wife here on my right. It's Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. The Monday edition, the September 30th edition. The Dre has turned 40, is now officially an old person? I guess by some people's definitions. I don't know. Some people treat it like you're old, some people just, all right, whatever. I'm still 40 years young. I don't know. All I know is I have passed the proverbial midlife. I should be having a midlife crisis, I guess, but I guess not.
Oh. What is midlife, really?
What is a midlife crisis? I think it's an excuse for older white people to buy things that they're not supposed to buy. That's what I've always felt like the midlife crisis is supposed to be. Or I think if I had my midlife crisis, I had it like a few years ago. I've already had my midlife crisis.
My theory about the midlife is when a man starts to love a cat.
A man who loves a cat.
When a man loves a cat.
Been practicing for our child. Been like, I've been woman handling this cat. You can't have my water, cat.
Oh, man.
So, of course, I turned 40 last week, which meant my wonderful wife surprised me. I think we've mentioned this a few times before on the show. My wonderful wife surprised me with tickets to Disneyland. I have not been to Disneyland since 2016. That was the last time I had an annual pass back when I used to pay for that sort of thing. I used to love going all the time back when I'd have weekdays off. But nowadays I don't usually have. Well, I can take weekdays off, but I need the money more. Actually, more so than ever. Now there's a little bun in the oven over here, a rapidly growing bun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to hit 6 months. This week or next week or at some point. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So this baby's coming. So before I become a full-fledged father, my wife sent me to Disneyland because she had seen many times where I saw the commercial for the Main Street Electrical Parade, and I always lamented because as a child I never got to see the Main Street Electrical Parade. My mom would take myself and my brother to Disneyland, once a year, once every other year, but we'd always leave right promptly at 5 p.m. We reached the period of tolerance that my mom could take of Disneyland. That's as much Disneyland as she could take, and so I never got to physically see the Main Street Electrical Parade. Nowadays, okay, you can just watch it on YouTube, but there's something about being there and seeing it because they had taken it away. By the time I had my own pass, I could stay there any hour I want to. Oh, they had moved it to Orlando.
Oh.
It was gone. It wasn't here anymore. And so I was always like, oh man, and then they brought it back to Disneyland, its original home, but they only brought it back for 1 month. They're basically like we like to say on the show, myself and my wife, we say they're McRibbing it.
Yep.
They'll take it away, make you miss it, and they'll bring it back to drive people. I guess they felt that September was going to be a slow month, so they popped that in.
But unlike the McRib, it doesn't taste horrible.
It does not. It does not leave you
waxy mouth.
And it leave you with a feeling of shame after you've eaten a McRib. The shame of a McRib. I've only experienced that shame once.
McRib shame.
Unlike everyone else who forgets how bad the McRib is.
This should be like a hashtag.
I remember.
McRib shame.
They lost parts in transit. I would not be shocked if the Main Street Electrical Parade lost parts in transit, because that parade is literally it's the exact same floats as they had for however long that parade. Since I was a child, so probably at least 30 years. Probably longer, because it looks a lot. They focus on mainly the classic movies. It's like Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan and the Snow White.
No? They should upgrade.
No, I think but they did add something to my buddy D-Loc. So I went to Disneyland. Myself and my brother went because Rosa, you did not want to partake in the Disneylandness. You were not interested, but you were happy to send me to go. And I got to experience that, and I think also what I got to experience, we've talked about it a lot on the show, and our other previous co-host Pete Molini, he got to experience it a few weeks ago. I got to see Star Wars Land, or as it's more appropriately called, Galaxy's Edge. It's Batuu, apparently. You are no longer in Disneyland. You are transported to the planet of Batuu, a trading post in the Outer Rim, far from the reach of the First Order. But I got to see that too. That was that was the first thing we did, because the Main Street Electrical Parade, that was until like 8:45, and so or however 8:45 or 9:45, I forget. It was late, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to go spend a lot of time at this Star Wars area, and yeah, it was really cool. My friend D-Lo joined myself and my brother, and he was kind of my tour guide through Star Wars Land because my friend D-Lo, he has his annual pass. I used to go with him all the time. Back when we used to both have Mondays off, we both had passes. We'd go all the time. We'd just go cavort and get drunk at California Adventure, and then go walk around Disneyland drunk. It was an adventure. But nowadays, not so much.
Pass holes.
We were a couple of pass holes. That's right. We were a couple of pass holes, being pass holes to everyone, and riding Space Mountain once, and then, all right, we're done. Let's leave. Let's go sit down, and people watch for 3 hours. But yeah, so we got to we went straight to Star Wars Land. We went straight to Galaxy's Edge. And it was cool. Like, as soon as you like walk into near that area, you go from like Frontierland, and then all of a sudden you start hearing noises. It sounds like alien animals and stuff, and you're just transported, and you're in this world. And unlike the other lands in Disneyland, all the cast members, they are in character the entire time. That's something I felt like Pete probably, I don't know if he caught on to that when Pete was there and he was telling us about it. All the cast members are in character. They don't, if you buy something, they ask you for galactic credits. I mean, they take your dollars.
Right.
They convert your dollars into galactic credits.
Oh, okay.
And then they don't give you a receipt. They give you a permit for your item. That way, if a First Order Stormtrooper stops you, you can show them proof of your ownership of this item.
Oh, okay.
They're very vested. They don't call you a customer. You are a traveler because you're passing through their trading posts.
I see.
It's very cute and adorable. They're very everyone, and they're all dressed in like the garbs, and they're not wearing if they have a name badge is written in that Star Wars basic whatever language that they have.
Like that Dasani bottle?
Like, oh yes, I kept it right over here. I literally left it in the corner over here so I can I didn't get the thermal detonator soda because I quit soda a while back. So I can't, I'm not gonna, and of course I was not gonna pay like freaking, it was like $8 or something, or $6.50 or something for the but D-Lo, he bought me a water, a Dasani, but it's all in the fancy Star Wars, and I kept the bottle because I'm like, hell yeah, you paid $4 for this. I'm like, we're gonna keep this bottle, hell yeah. This is gonna go to my desk at work, but I kept it here so I could show it during the podcast. It's yeah, you see the actual Dasani, and then like all the crazy little written stuff. Yeah. They didn't make this bottle funky, but the other bottles.
The bomb.
The thermal bottle. Yeah. Oh, see, Ryan Tanaka right here on Facebook Live says the thermal bottles are banned on flights by TSA because they look like grenades. Oh well. Right. Because they are posing as grenades from the Star Wars universe. Yeah. And I of course I'd walk up because they'd have the little stands there, it's like little carts, like they'd have in the rest of the park. They have carts, so you can walk up to the cart, you can pick it up, and you can look at it. And I'm like, oh, of course, me being a jackass, I'm like, oh, I will hold you hostage with this thermal grenade. And then they're like, Traveler, no, these are not active. These are not active thermal detonators. Traveler, no.
That's cool. They already were playing along with it.
Oh, they play along. Oh yeah, that's the cool thing about it. I read about that during the week last week, where like the people who work there, they will play along with you. Mm-hmm. Like if you can. If you are really into it, like one of the cast members, sorry about that, everyone. They will pull you aside. Like you could play the card game that that Han Solo. That's how he won the Millennium Falcon. Like, they will have that deck of cards and they will play with you. Nice. It's very much you are in a trading post. Yeah. It's really cool. And of course, the big highlight for me, of course, I sent you many pictures as it was happening. Yeah. They have the full size, full scale Millennium Falcon in front of the Smuggler's Run ride. Right. And yeah, I was overwhelmed. If 10-year-old little me could have seen this, we had the exact same reaction. I was just like, oh my god. Yeah. And I was just obsessed with the detail that they put into it. Like every incredible little detail, all of the gadgets and who's it's and what's it. It wasn't just a solid white thing with just paint on it. No, it was they built every flaw, every dirt. Yeah, that was the cool thing. Like D-Lo kept pointing that out. Like you see this there's a lot of things going on. You see a droid is rusted into the ground. Like you see his feet. He's just there, just sitting there pumping a thing. It's it's turning some meat over at one of the eateries there. That's it's like the droid's been there forever. It just rusted into the ground. And you see blaster holes and there's a section the First Order controls. So you see there's Kylo Ren's ship, and then you go on over, and then boom, Millennium Falcon. Lost my mind. If you followed us, I did a live video there. It's a vertical video. I'm sorry for everyone who gets mad at vertical videos, but I was just so overwhelmed. I just didn't. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I was like Ricky Bobby. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I was just like, it was crazy just seeing it with my own eyes. That was just.
Yeah.
I was set. I mean, like, okay,
Right.
this is all I need. I don't need to go on the ride. I don't need anything else. This is amazing just to look at it and you'd hear it start to turn on, and then it would turn over because
Right.
they wouldn't launch.
Of course.
It's it was really cool, and so D-Lug's like, you guys should go on the ride. They have an option. They have like where you just wait forever, or they have these. I don't know if you're aware of these thing called there's a single rider line where if you're willing to just go on by yourself, they will use the separate line to kind of fill the holes. Like, let's say
that's cool.
there's a group of 5, and then the ship fits 6.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they'll just, all right, you're going in the ride with this group.
Right.
They kind of fill the gaps. That way, you move quickly, and it makes things much more efficient. So me and my brother were like, all right, we're gonna single rider this. All right, screw it. I'm like, if we don't end up on the same ship, okay, it's okay.
Right.
But we did end up getting on the same ship. So this is Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So you're literally walking through like the whole ride line. Like you're literally walking through a simulated version of the Falcon. It's like really cool. The hallways look like the Falcon. You get to this holding room. They hand you a little They hand you they hand 6 cards out. Every 6 people they hand out 6 cards, and it has your role on it. You're either going to be a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer.
Oh.
So it's literally an interactive video game. I did some research on this after a fact. It was developed with the Unreal Engine. It's an engine that's used a lot in PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. It's this game engine. It's literally a video game that's going on.
Right.
And you have to interact with it. You sit down in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. So there's 2 pilots. You sit in the front. You sit in Chewie's seat. They sit in Han's seat. And then there's the gunners, and they have their little console next to them. And then me and my brother, we both were stuck being engineers. So we were sitting in the far back.
Right.
Like if you imagine Star Wars, like, it's where 3PO got stuck and sat.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
Yeah. So it was really cool. Like you go inside, and you're literally inside the little pod of the Falcon. That's really cool. So, but it's an interactive ride. You're playing this giant video game, and everyone has a job to do. Like the consoles will line up. You have to press buttons. You have to pull levers. Like me and my brother, we're both engineers, so we have a little monitor in front of us that shows us the Falcon, and like every time something goes wrong, if the pilot hits something, we got to hit buttons to repair the ship. Because if the ship fails, and we had 4 people who I don't know what they were thinking or doing. I was barking out orders from the back.
You sound a little disappointed.
You know what? Because D-Loc actually pre-set us up for disappointment. He's like, you'll see what I mean. I'm like, you guys can go. I'm gonna pass. I'm like, you're gonna pass on the ride?
Oh no.
I'm like, I suspect, but no. But he prepared us for it. I think he prepared us for the difficulty. You have to have, if you're gonna have a fun time on this ride. You have to have 6 people who are engaged and paying attention to because it's a game.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you screw up, it's like, and that's what happened. Like, the pilots, it was these 2 Filipino ladies, like, we don't know what's happening. I'm like, blue button in front of you. Pull the lever. Everything lights up to try to make it easier for you. But these people are just like, you're just staring at this, like, the whole dome is like the screen basically, and they just have no idea what they're doing. And then the guys in front of their boyfriends were sitting in the gunner seats, and you're just pressing a red button. And I'm like, orange button, orange button, you. And I was just trying to call, but I'm trying to watch my console because I have all sorts of lights whoop,
going on.
Every time they screwed up, I'm trying to recover it.
Right.
But we eventually crash, and it's a whole motion simulator Star Tours, we crashed hard, boom,
oh no,
boom, 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 and and then the character who if you watch Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars Clones, there's this pirate, Hondo Onata. He's like, what have you done? You've crashed the ship.
Oh no.
And eventually, if a whole bunch of lights came up for me and my brother, we both hit the lights, and then boom, the ship starts back up, and we start flying again.
Oh, okay.
And it's just pretty chaos. My boss at work says, I think it's just supposed to crash every time. I'm like, I don't know. I was doing some research. Because you get scored at the end.
Yeah.
It gives you a little score of how well you drove, and then if you link up to an app, it tracks how well you do, and then
So is there a top scorer
or something? Or I think,
scoreboard?
or something, or I think you build a reputation. Apparently, you walk around the park and stuff will react to you if you because you can mess with things in the park. Apparently, with this app, it's a Star Wars Play app.
Okay.
You go around doing scavenger hunts, and you can actually react to things. I don't know. It was too much for me. I was like, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm like,
pretty involved.
Yeah.
That's
like
a Pokemon game on.
kind of, yeah. It felt kind of like that Pokemon Go. Or like there's this interactivity there. They wanted to make it so people want to come and like come back,
right?
Or spend long periods of time, or spend a lot of money. And so yeah, the ride. I mean, it was theoretically cool, but I was telling Adil, yeah, I'd only go back on there with a group of people. Like, all right, everyone's on their shit. All right, you know what you're supposed to do. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what job you want. Like, I wasn't really looking forward to I was like watching my buttons and kind of with my peripheral vision, I'm watching what's happening. Like, this is kind of cool, but don't crash into that asteroid. Yeah, it's more of a game than a ride, which in some respects, that could be really cool, or it could be really awful. So
I wonder if they came out if the other 4 people came away saying like, "Oh, it was so fun, amazing."
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Like the people who don't care,
they don't really care.
They don't care. Like, oh, we crashed, whatever. Like the competitive nerds like me and my brother are like, oh, we crashed, it sucked, or scores bad.
Aw, don't be a sore crasher.
Sore crasher, right? A sore theme park rider. Yeah, well, that was funny, but the whole land overall, it is a really awesome experience. There's gonna be a second ride opening up. Mm-hmm. It's not ready. It's gonna open up in January.
Star Wars also?
In Star Wars Land, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they wiped out there was this Big Thunder barbecue. They wiped out they bought some land next door. They wiped out a bunch of office. They relocated a bunch of office workers of Disney to somewhere else.
Wow.
To create this land. They freaking moved a bunch of stuff around. It's crazy. They created an opening that I'd never seen before. By the Winnie the Pooh ride, all of a sudden, that's another entrance into Star Wars Land.
I haven't been in Disneyland for so long. I'm sure it would look like a whole new world to me.
A whole new world? Ryan Tanaka here on Facebook Live. He's been on it a few times. The best group was a bunch of 5-year-olds. Hell yes.
Oh,
it was funny because I think my brother was like, oh man, what if you get a bunch of kids? I'm like, and then as Ryan just proved, maybe the kids would probably be the best because they're like, hell yeah, we're gamers.
Heck yeah. Oh, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a young, nimble hand-eye coordination. You know, older people like me. Yeah. I was on my shit, but that's just, I was like,
yeah.
I was having to perform above my level, I think.
There's Disney gamers, and then there's just Disney-ers.
Disney-ers. Because you're right, the adults sucked. Yeah, because a lot of adults probably just get in there. They think it's going to be like the Indiana Jones ride. They're like, okay, this wheel doesn't work. Wait, the wheel works? What do you mean? I didn't get on here to work. I get on here for fun.
Last time I was there, it was I was riding the teacups, and I got
teacups.
sick. I was a little kid.
Wow, it's been a while since you've been there.
Yeah, a long time.
But yeah, and then the rest of the day we kept trying to figure out what my brother wanted because he hadn't been there in several years. For me, it's the Star Wars Land was the new stuff for me, but the rest of the park was kind of the old hat for me. I'd been there a bunch of times back when I was a pass hole. So all right, cool. I was just like, let's just kill time until 8:45.
Yeah.
And so we took care of some pass hole stuff for D. He got a cool little magnet for his car. It was they have these magnets that you can get. Oh, it says AP, annual pass holder. It's for you to let people know I can afford to spend an extra $800 to $1,200 a year just to go to Disneyland whenever I darn well please.
Then a person's driving by and you go, pass hole.
Exactly. I say that all the time. I was a pass hole.
Semi-jelly right there.
Semi-jealous, but semi-judgmental. Really? You got an extra $1,200 just to fling around?
Guess so.
I used to joke because back when I was a pass hole, it was $500 for the whole to get the really good pass. I felt that was very justified. I'm like, as long as I come back 5 times, I've broken even. I'm good. I come back 10 times. Shit, I'm taking money from them.
Parking pays for itself.
I made that joke with you. Yes, as I got the one with the free parking. So they charge $25 for parking. $25. I felt like I should have been at a football game because I'm used to that. If I go to a football game, it's $25-$30 for parking.
Yeah.
Disney. Oh, this is what blew me. So they already had the world's largest parking structure there.
Right.
They have this monolith. You think the monolith they're building in Monterey Park is bad? They have this giant monolith of parking structure. It's the size of a football stadium. It's the world's largest parking structure. They doubled it. They took over another lot that used to just be a flat lot.
Oh my God.
They there was the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and I hadn't been there in 4 years. They created us, connected it and expanded it out. They doubled the size of this monster. Like, oh, the Pixar and Friends parking structure.
So now you gotta catch an airplane to get to the front door?
I mean, it's insane. Oh, they actually made the trams easier. You used to have to like go into like this other area to get on the tram. Now it's like as soon as you get to the bottom, then like the security point is like right there. Oh, that was another thing. They moved the security because now they check you for everything.
Okay.
Short of a freaking full body cavity search. They make sure that you full body cavity search. You know what I mean. Oh yes, and Ryan right here, it's officially faster to walk than use the tram now. Yeah, they built a giant bridge from the parking structure to downtown Disney. That's how we got back, even though we were like dead tired at like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, whatever time we left. It's like, yeah, like there was a line for the tram.
Length of the Golden Gate Bridge or something?
Kind of. Like, this giant bridge. Because before, I used to walk back to the old structure. But you'd end up on Magic Way. You'd end up on this Anaheim Street. Yeah. You have to cross a couple of friggin' things.
Yeah.
And no, this time it was like we walked to the end of downtown Disney. And you walk across the parking lot. And then boom, this giant, like, very lit up bridge goes all the way across.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. And you walk through the Pixar lot, and then we had to take an escalator down.
Sir, please bend over and come.
Yeah, please bend over and come. I half expected. I was expecting to see our friend Mike Lee because he works security at Disneyland, but I guess we went on his day off, or maybe it wasn't his shift when we arrived at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, very gradual incline. It was easy to walk, even though I was exhausted. It was like, all right, cool. I was just like single-mindedly, get to the car.
Yeah.
I was like, get to the car.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying by the end, your feet were like.
Oh, my feet, my legs, my calves, everything would just like the nuts and bolts were flying off. But I was like, nope.
And we're like a Tin Man, like where's my oil?
Where's my oil? Yeah, I was dead the next day at work. I was like, for the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday. I was like, oh boy, I need a walker to get myself to my forklift.
I feel 40. Do you feel?
I felt 40. The days after that, but yeah, that was fine. But the prevailing thought that kept going through my head the entire time I was there, not just Star Wars Land, or watching the Main Street Parade, which was a few weeks ago. I was here talking about this with Pete Malini, and he was like, "Oh no, it's fine. You could miss it."
Right.
I forget that old man Malini is a man who does not enjoy fun.
And he's younger than you.
And he's younger than me. At least a good 2-3 years younger.
Right.
No, like when I heard that music hit, as we were like, because at first we were trying to find a spot like an hour beforehand, or we were trying to find a really good spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's too late. No, you have to be there like 3.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Because you're picking a spot on Main Street or along Fantasyland. It was like you saw strollers and frickin' people were already camped out everywhere. And it's like, oh, we found a spot where if we just stood there for 2 hours, then we could watch a parade. I was like, nah, we're not gonna stand here. We'll just come back and we'll just walk along it or whatever. Because like we've done that before for other parades.
Okay.
Where you just walk along it, or you just find a spot where like the frickin' the one Nazis don't frickin' beat you to death.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because there's people, because the employees are just trying to keep everything moving.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw this. Let's go get dinner. We don't have to find a perfect spot to watch the parade. I just need to be near it. I need to hear the music. The floats are tall. We're fine.
Right.
We went and got some dinner at like my probably one of my favorite places at Disney. Like, well, now that the Big Thunder barbecue is closed, one of my favorite places. There's this Mexican restaurant. I honestly, even though I am very Mexican, I cannot pronounce the freaking name of this restaurant. It's like something to something. I'm sure Papa Cat could pronounce it perfectly. But it's this Mexican restaurant where you have wait line, and it's straight up actually really good Mexican food.
Ooh,
and it doesn't, the prices don't feel like you've been violated.
Oh.
Like
wow.
I paid like $14 for some like carne asada and a couple enchiladas and some beans and rice, which is not that different from going to a normal restaurant.
So, yeah.
It didn't have the Disney tax you normally feel.
Right.
Enter your body cavity search.
Right.
And it was really, it might have also been because I was very hungry, but it was really good. I was happy. And then, all right, we saw it was about 8:42. I'm like, all right, let's walk back.
Right.
And then we walk back. We hear the start of the parade, and then as soon as I heard the music, I was just like, you could not wipe the smile off my face. I was just like, I felt like a kid. I was like, no matter how tired I was, I'm like, oh, I felt good. I was feeling good. I was like, yes. And I got to finally see and I was sending you photos. Like, I got to see it. I see it. Like, then we moved up, and the Juan Nazis moved us, and we found a spot where, like, we wound up a really good spot. And D-Lo's like, hey, man, this kind of worked out. I'm like, yeah,
nice.
It worked out.
Yeah.
We've been here. I'm like, we're veterans. We should have known this already. like, this is not that hard. And yeah, it was really cool. I like just seen the parade. It was like so awesome. Like Pete's Dragon was the big highlight for me. Like, cause I'd always seen that on TV.
Yeah. And
now I get to see in a person. He's like blowing out smoke. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Ryan just wrote that. Pete's Dragon does it for me. Yeah. It's real cool. There's a guy writing. There's an actual guy writing. And he's like, "Do you see my dragon?" He's like talking to the people in the crowd. It's really cute.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, this is like all right, bucket list. Like my childhood bucket list fulfilled. 25, 30 years later. Like, I'd always wanted to see this, and I saw it. I'm like, yeah, it was really good.
Cool.
But the prevailing thought I had all day was I kept thinking about when I bring our little guy. Because, in case, spoiler alert, we're having a kid, yes. I'm sure if you're a regular viewer or listener of this, we're having a kid. Mm-hmm. All I could think about all day. Like, because every time I'd see a little kid or a toddler or even like an older kid, I'd be like, I kept thinking about what's it gonna be like when I bring our son to Disneyland. That's all I could think about all day. Like I felt like I was annoying D-Lo because I kept talking about like, oh my god, I can't wait for my son to ride with me in Autopia. Oh, I can't wait to do this with my son. Oh, I'm gonna carry. Like when we're watching the parade, I saw a dad have like his daughter on his shoulders so she could see, and I was just like, all I could think about I want to put my boy on my shoulders. So we can see what's happening. That's all I could think of. Like all day was just our boy. That's all I could think about is our little guy, and it was just like, again, like this. I keep bringing it up all the time, and now our cat is sitting between us, taking our warmth.
Disneyland is, made by adults, but it's for kids.
Everyone, it's like everyone's supposed to feel like a kid there. But it's like I felt like a kid at various points, like seeing the Falcon, even we got on Space Mountain. It was Hyper Space Mountain. It's Star Wars themed right now, and it's really fun. And it's like yay, like takes away all the whatever. Oh, you feel good for a little while.
Right,
like, this is awesome. Yeah, like we're flying through space and you see TIE fighters.
Like
and
Nostalgia Land.
Yeah, that's basically what the entire place is. Yeah. Like just because the atmosphere, like because there's always some music, no matter where you're standing. There's always some music playing. There's some energy. There's an energy to the place, and I think that's why a lot of people go back. That's why there's a lot of pass holders. That's why even they raise the prices and they have more people sign up because that kind of energy that you feel that when you're there, like all these people just share like positivity of this place. Right. Even though I've seen my fair share of kids losing their minds. And me and D-Lo drunkenly like, you're in the happiest place on earth. Why are you crying?
Aww. Overstimulation.
Yeah, maybe they're too young. That's why I kept saying to myself, I'm like, we'll be back in about 5 years. Like I'm gonna wait till our little guy. Yeah. Wait till he's about 5, because bringing a kid when they're like a toddler, when they're tiny, like an infant or even a toddler, they can't appreciate. I mean, maybe a couple of things they appreciate if you put them next to one of the big characters. Right. Even then, that might freak them out. Yeah. Because all of a sudden, the cartoon Mickey Mouse they're used to seeing, all of a sudden Mickey Mouse is in front of them. This giant head, this giant dome, and this giant hands, like, and and they're like really happy and cute. But then the child could be like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah, he's been safe behind a screen the whole time.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, this giant mouse or this giant dog or whatever, Donald Duck, it's like,
you don't know. And then there's just overstimulation, and then there's points where it's like the kid's just hungry, and even if he is happy, if the kid's happy, I'm sure like hunger takes over, and it's just like, I don't give a shit about all this happiness, just fucking feed me,
right? So I'm guessing like about when our child's 5, maybe 6, cool. we can have a healthy appreciation, and then we can take out the second mortgage to afford to go.
By then,
I'm sure if the prices keep going up at the rate they've been going,
gas will be like $25 a gallon by then.
But by then, it's like I'm sure because the tickets were like $140 now. Like, I'm sure it'll be like $200, or by that point they'll just keep raising the prices. And then they'll have the Marvel Land where you can put on an Iron Man helmet and you'll be Iron Man for a little while. And they're like, you know what? How much do you need? $500? Okay, here you go. Thank you. Give me the helmet, please. Thank you. Ryan Tanaka on Facebook Live. College or annual pass? But I love when they introduced the monthly payments because they spread that out over. Oh, it's only $100 a month. Don't sweat it. It's only $100. It's just another bill. Don't think about it. When I first got it, it was like $10 a month.
Oh my gosh.
I really whichever one I signed up for. It was like
$100 a month.
I think it was like 10 or $12 a month. It was like, oh, that's nothing. That's a couple of Starbucks coffees. For a couple of Starbucks coffees, I can come back in a very limited schedule with a shitload of blackout dates and never come to the summer. Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
But now they've raised the price and all that. But again, when our child is old enough, and if he does have that's presuming our child will have a healthy appreciation of Disney. Maybe the kid won't like it, despite all my attempts to show him the Disney Afternoon and all the classic movies. Although, again, like we always talk about, I'm not sure I'm not sure on the rewatch. I don't know if I want to. I'm fine with Lion King up to a point. You know, watching Mufasa die. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, maybe and all the moms that die.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before. Like, oh,
yeah.
It's just a bunch of mom murder.
Dude.
Walt Disney has some mom issues or something.
Seriously.
Like, we sat down and talked about it. Like, we didn't do this on the show. We did this.
Yeah.
We talked about we were thinking about all these movies, all the moms
Disney?
Are dead.
Yeah.
These wholesale mom gone, or either they're murdered or gone, or who knows, like you see them die or you just know that they're not around anymore.
Right. And then it's kind of like those are that's like serious issues, right? But how are we gonna
I just totally ruined the audio podcast. I just ruined the audio version. I'm gonna have to do this the hard way another way.
But like how are we gonna talk about, or how are we gonna like have stories with Disney if there's no adversity to get past?
That's true.
Right? And what do Disney movies talk about, really? They're all about how to get through life, right? Exactly. Adversity, Bambi.
It's all about Bambi.
Then there's the evil things, and then, I mean, the good and the bad. The good comes with the bad. So.
I don't know.
Yeah. Disney, but I really don't know about the mom thing. The whole mom thing.
It's weird. It's weird. Like when I stopped and when we stopped to talk about it, we were talking about it like a week or two ago. We were talking about the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
And it was just really weird to think about. Like, wait, Finding Nemo, mom's dead. Bambi, mom's dead.
Cinderella,
mom's dead.
Like Snow White,
mom's dead.
Like everything.
I was like,
Little Mermaid, no mom at all.
Pinocchio, he only had a dad.
Only a dad.
Only a dad. Just created like that.
Yeah. So
it's weird. So it's a picking and choosing. I know. I feel perfectly fine with Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. Maybe.
But I don't like the fact that the
Tailspin has a mom. Tailspin has a mom.
Yeah. The fact that the mother figures are so bad and so evil in so many of the cartoons. So many of the movies.
It's rough. It's a rough go.
It is. It's like bad mom. Bad mom. Bad mom. Sucks.
I don't like it.
I know.
It sucks. But yeah, that's a bridge we'll cross when our child is old enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we are going to sign up for Disney Plus. This one right here, she's all in. Like I think we said last week, as soon as you saw Nat Geo, you're like, I'm in. Mm-hmm. We can watch it on my phone. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I was like whatever about it the whole time. Mm-hmm. But then
as soon as you saw like National Geographic, you're like, yes, what? I can see animals all day. Thank you. I'll sign up for it. Sign up for it. Put it on my phone. Thank you.
Yep. I don't know what it is about animals.
Yeah, you love animals. We have a couple of things rolling around us here all the time. Now, another big piece of Disney news that happened during the week, which was a big surprise that happened last week. Although some people are acting like they're not. They're like, oh, I'm not surprised this happened. Yeah. So, Disney and Sony came to terms to allow Spider-Man to be in another MCU movie, or they're gonna make one. They're gonna partner up. They're gonna not throw away a bunch of money. Because honestly, in my opinion, they're just throwing everything away by doing this. By deciding like, oh no, we're not gonna work together. No, we can't do this bullshit. No, they someone at Sony and someone at Disney were like, you know what? How much do we stand to lose in all this? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money. So they worked something out to where the next Spider-Man movie that comes out in 2021 apparently will be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right, yeah.
But a lot of people are implying that, they're going to Disney's going to take advantages and probably kind of write him out of the Marvel Universe.
Oh.
Kind of trying to avoid it. Because this is it's a temporary solution what's happening here. Where, like, they could be successful again, and Sony will be like, you know what, we can do this on our own again. So now, it's been implied that this could be a potential thing where, like, they'll kind of take advantage of this whole the Spider-Verse thing, how there's all these multiple universes.
Yeah.
They could, Marvel can just push Tom Holland Spider-Man into another universe.
Yeah.
And, that's why Spider-Man's around now. They can neatly remove him from this. Where before, where it was just going to be kind of this sudden, like, Spider-Man doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Now they can conveniently remove him should they choose to.
Yeah.
That's been I feel like that's been like the major speculation that's come out where, like, a lot of people are, okay, this is
their way of
Marvel
doing
and
it
Disney.
The cheap way.
Yeah. Well, no.
Not the cheap way.
They're going to profit from writing out of it.
Yeah.
Instead of this sudden break, it's going to be okay. We're going to have an explanation why Tom Holland won't be around for the next Avengers movie or whatever. That seems to be a speculation right now, but we know for sure what Spider-Man, something, noun, verb, home. I'm sure it's going to have something with home in it. Homecoming, Far From Home, something home. The third one, I'm sure. Hopefully
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Spider-Man, Home Alone. It's going to be him versus two supervillains. He's stuck inside the Stark Mansion, and he has to use all of the Stark gadgets to defeat these supervillains who are assaulting the Stark Mansion. You see? It writes itself. And it'll piss off all the people who hate the fact he's Iron Man Jr. I love the fact that he's Iron Man Jr.
He's Iron Man Jr.
Almost homeless. Well played, Ryan Tanaka. Well played, sir. I like it. It's just I'm happy that this happened. I'm not gonna sit here and arrogantly say, I knew this was gonna happen. Because I honestly was like, I kept trying to make peace with it. I was like, whoa, I'm like, they're really just gonna walk away from this. Like, they've set all this up. They've made Spider-Man very important in these last 4 or 5 years since he was introduced in Civil War. They've made him kind of this integral part of the Marvel movie universe. Like, all right, cool. In my opinion, they've done a very good job with it. He is a very compelling character. Right. I cried my eyes out. Yeah. Like when we rewatched Endgame recently, and like just seeing him, like, he's back. Yeah. I'm like Tony's his dad. Right. And Spidey's like his son. It's a surrogate. It's just like, yeah. It's like, they've done what the previous movies could not do to me, like draw like real emotion out of me. Like everyone still kind of holds those first two Sam Raimi ones in this as hollow ground. Like they were fine for what they were at the time, but we've had better now. I mean, it's like well, new isn't always better, but this time the way they treated them like actual films instead of like, here's some hokey superhero movies. Yeah. I feel that they're treated more seriously, as much as you can treat a bunch of guys running around spandex fighting a bunch of idiots in space or wherever, as seriously as you can take that. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this, but I'm very realistic. I'm like, okay, we got one, right? We got one. They might write them out. Okay, let's all be okay with this. Right. This is a very realistic thing that's gonna happen. Like, if they want to keep making money, hey, it should behoove them to keep wanting to put out the best possible product to appeal to the most people.
Right, yeah.
Sony on their own, the last time they were doing Spider-Man movies solo, they kept like losing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, it was like you shouldn't be breaking even on Spider-Man.
No, you should be raking it in.
You should be raking it in like they have for these last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Sony has benefited from this, and now I think everyone benefits from this. So the corporations, having a pissing contest over who gets the biggest piece of the pie.
Did you think that this was going to happen?
I wasn't sure. Ideally, I thought it would be nice if they could make peace. But I thought it was very irrational on both sides because, like, there's no reason they shouldn't work together other than arrogance and ego.
Right.
It's like, the Marvel side, we made your movies good again, and Sony's like, but we control the property. This is all ours.
Yeah.
Like, you guys fucked up and sold everything to us back in the 90s or whatever it was. That Marvel signed a very bad licensing agreement, which gave up everything to Sony for.
Don't you remember that one time when you were drunk and you sold it? You signed that really bad contract.
It's more like, remember when you were broke and you were bankrupt and you really needed money and you just said, all right, sign this thing. Here's a bunch of money to save Marvel when they were owned by a toy. They were owned by a toy company at one point.
Yeah.
They were owned by Toy Biz, and literally the only reason Toy Biz went in and bought it was so they could just keep making the toys, and they wouldn't default on that.
Yeah.
Because back when the toys were the big thing. And yeah, they were owned by Toy Biz, and then that was another low point. And then, lucky for them, they got purchased by Disney, and now they have unlimited money.
Wasn't there some movie that you told me about that was? You're like, that's actually a Disney movie.
Oh.
And I was like, but it shouldn't be a Disney movie.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. So this. If you haven't heard of it, I'm sure Ryan's like, I feel like you've posted about Jojo Rabbit, Ryan's like, I think I heard about it from you and heard about it from old Pete Molini. It was under Fox Searchlight. Like, because of the Fox merger, that movie is now technically under the banner of Disney.
But what's the movie? I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
It's not out yet. It's coming out soon. So it's a movie written and directed by Taika Waititi. You guys might know him best for Thor Ragnarok or What We Do in the Shadows. And so Taika Waititi plays a fictional version of Hitler, because there's this little boy named Jojo he's in Nazi youth camp, and he's dealing with all these terrible Nazi boys that are bullying him, because he's little Jojo Rabbit, because he's a small little kid. They call him Jojo Rabbit, and in order to cope with all this bullying, he has an imaginary friend, and his imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler, played by Taika Waititi. I see right there, right talking. It's so wrong to look at it on paper. Yes, there's so many things are wrong with this.
Oh man!
You see, all these like famous actors and actresses are in this movie too. Like,
oh wow!
I'm laughing at Rebel Wilson. She's playing like a Nazi like school teacher, and she's like, "Let's go burn some books." Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Taika wrote this. Oh, it's gonna be hilarious. The man is out of control. The man.
He has such an awesome imagination.
He does. Like, we were listening to the Thor Ragnarok commentary like a couple weeks ago. It was just like, he was not talking about the movie at all.
No.
He's just going off on crazy tangents or making fun of the movie.
There,
and it's just like, the man is mad. I mean, What We Do in the Shadows. Need I say more? If you've never watched that movie, go watch that movie, then watch the show. Don't be like my brother, who's only watched the show and never had the opportunity to watch the movie.
Oh, really?
Remember when we took him out for his birthday? He told us like he'd never, and then we looked it up because the Blu-ray is kind of hard to find. I guess,
right, yeah, it is.
I'm sure it'll be back in print at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Jojo Rabbit, it's technically a Disney movie.
Right.
And it was funny because a lot of people were afraid it might not get released because Disney would be like, it's a Hitler movie. Oh shit.
It has Hitler in it.
But it's making fun of Hitler. Yeah, it's a depiction, but it's making fun. Like,
right. Yeah.
It's a.
Right.
It's subversive. Scarlett Johansson plays Jojo's mom.
Okay, yeah.
I guess from what I've seen in the trailers, like she plays she's someone who's she's a Jewish sympathizer. She's hiding a Jewish girl in her house, and then Jojo's like conflicted, like, wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, we are supposed to hate the Jews, but we're saving a Jew, and she seems really nice.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and I'm sure there's lots of funny, witty dialogue between him and imaginary Hitler.
Totally.
Ryan here says he wanted to name his son Taika, but someone else from his class did it first.
That is so cute.
Man.
Oh my god.
The influence that Mr. Waititi has had.
Yeah.
They're naming children after him.
Well, Miles, remember Miles?
We were gonna name our little guy Miles, but a buddy of mine from Disney, he got to it first. He just had a little boy a few weeks ago, and they named their son Miles. I'm like, well. Yeah, we're gonna name our son after Miles Morales, Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour.
And then do you have another friend that has we just saw like their Facebook or their photos of the kid, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the real name.
A friend of mine, Andy, he named his son Kal-El.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big. That's Superman. For those of you who don't know, that's Superman's Kryptonian name, Kal-El. So he named his son Kal-El. I was like, wow.
So crazy, right?
That's crazy. I think my buddy Tom probably would have, like, if he had a son instead of a daughter, he probably would have named.
Yeah.
Because his DJ name is DJ Krypton.
I feel like the way things are going in about 10, 15 years,
there's gonna be a whole bunch of nerd names.
A lot of kids are gonna have comic book related names, Marvel related names. Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't know so many like Tonys or Anthony's, I would have pushed to name our son Tony after Tony Stark. But there's a lot of those already.
Hey, Tony.
And then.
Sorry.
Hey, Tony. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But in other comic related news, now to take a weirdly serious turn, this Thursday or this weekend, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie is coming out.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this film. I mean, it's been like all over the place. Like right now, I think it's still 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow!
But there's a lot of concern that this film is going to inspire a lot of violence, a lot of revolution. It's going to it's going to cause people to do crazy things, because obviously it's a movie all about a very crazy, unstable villain.
Okay.
And
right.
people are afraid that people are going to sympathize with him. Oh, he's kind of an anti-hero when he's a crazy person.
Right.
Because I mean, traditionally, when people think of the Joker, you're like, as a child, I always thought of Cesar Romero, like, the Batman '66, and then in the '90s, it was Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go forward, and it later on became, that Heath Ledger Joker, which was also very disturbing, because the Joker is a disturbing character.
He's a disturbed character.
He's a disturbed character.
He's a disturbing character.
All through the 2000s, I'd be remiss to mention Mark Hamill he was the voice of the Joker,
right,
on that cartoon, which was a bit of a tamer version, but it was still pretty crazy.
Right. Yeah. And
so now apparently this in this new Joker movie, like, Joaquin Phoenix has done such a good job of being crazy. Like the plot of the movie, apparently the CIA is very concerned, and they're preparing for these Thursday night and Friday screenings in case riots break out.
Like, really?
Seriously, yes.
What?
Yeah. It's crazy. It was on. I think they were talking about it in the news. I think you might have been getting ready the other day. Like the CIA is taking this very seriously. Well, because during the Dark Knight Rises,
it's not like the Joker movie's gonna give away some sort of CIA secrets or something.
It's gonna inspire people to because one of the big things about the movie, I guess one of the main points, is kind of the something that we talk about in the real world all the time, the kind of disparity between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
It's gonna really emphasize how the rich are really fucking over the poor, and there's speculation this movie might inspire people who are it might rally people to want to rebel.
Mm.
So that's why there's this concern, because it's so moving and it's so compelling. Like, let's all put on Joker masks and go fuck up the government. That's that's one of the overriding fears of this. This is inspiring.
Okay.
Inspiring revolution.
Okay.
Yeah. V for Vendetta masks replaced by Joker masks. I don't think you've seen V for Vendetta. That's another one. That was another movie that inspired revolution, where they're fighting against the bad government.
But nothing happened.
Nothing happened with that movie because it was written and directed by the Wachowskis, so no one understood half of it. But bang! That's what I do. So an Alan Moore comic book, but the Wachowskis, did their Wachowski thing. But yeah, it's a legitimate. It's been apparently a legitimate concern. Like they're not the Dark. I don't know if it was a Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises where people were getting. There was a shooting that happened. I believe it was for the Dark Knight Rises. There was a shooting in a theater. That theater is not going to show this movie.
Right.
We were talking about that today at work.
Right.
My boss and a couple of our coworkers were talking about this Joker movie. But it's been getting universal praise for being this groundbreaking film. But it's also, there's this fear behind it.
Fear from the government.
Yeah, fear from the government, because it's kind of anti-rich, it's anti-elite, it's anti-government. The movie kind of the Joker has not been driven mad by chemicals; he's been driven mad by society. This Joker, this Joaquin, he's been driven mad by this situation that is literally driving people mad everywhere in the real world.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so this hopelessness and this might inspire people my solution is violence. Let's go kill a bunch of people like the Joker does.
Right.
So that's the concern. Even though, but all the reviewers are it's a piece of art.
Right.
This one, it's funny because at my job we talk about video games all the time, and so one of my coworkers he saw this big video game developer. Jai and I were talking about him a couple weeks ago. This guy Hideo Kojima. He makes movies more than games nowadays.
Right.
You just sit and watch the game.
Right.
It's a movie.
Right.
He tweeted out, or he did an interview and he was translated on Twitter that he said that this movie is gonna change cinema. Like the way Taxi Driver changed cinema way back when. That's what this Joker movie is gonna do. It's gonna change the way we perceive cinema. Or it's it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna change superhero movies or it's gonna change just cinema. Period. Where it's like this is such a. He was so compelled or so moved by this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I guess depending on your intelligence level,
right,
you're gonna react to this movie. Yeah, there's another thing. People are afraid that. It's like Rick and Morty. A lot of people like misinterpret Rick and Morty as like in some way. Oh, I'm really smart because I watch this show. I'm like, no. It's if you're smart, you get what they're talking about in the show.
Right. Yeah.
The show doesn't make you smart. It's like if you catch the subtlety, you catch the subtleties, you catch the nuances of what they're making fun of.
Right.
So there's a lot of fear of that, where a lot of assholes are gonna like take the messaging from this Joker movie and go the wrong direction. Hence the possible revolution people, and you see a bunch of assholes in Joker masks everywhere. So.
Well, Halloween is coming, so.
Oh, Ryan Talk says, avoid spoilers. I accidentally read a review that ruined it for me. I know, thankfully, even though Pete has not been on the show, he texted me this morning and he is buying tickets. So I'm going to go watch it Thursday night at like 9:50. So hopefully before the next 48 hours, I can avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
Or 72 hours, I should say.
Don't look at your phone.
I know, I have to avoid. Oh, how can I not look at my phone? I'm looking at it right now. That's impossible. I don't know what I'll do.
I have to blindfold you.
To blindfold me, like take my phone away. Like I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts today, Marty and Sarah, and they're like, oh yeah, because they were talking about this is from I'm listening to an old episode. They're talking about the Japanese Wrestle Kingdom, the Japanese WrestleMania. Like it happens overnight. It happens like it starts at 11 o'clock our time. It's like the afternoon in Japan, but and so they're like, just delete your social media apps off your phone. If you don't want to know what happens on Wrestle Kingdom, just delete Facebook, delete Twitter. You can re-download them after you watch Wrestle Kingdom. So I'm like, if I want to avoid Joker spoilers, I want to delete Facebook, delete Twitter, delete Instagram, and just, if I want to play it safe.
Yeah.
But they're like, if you carry your Nintendo Switch around to fill the void.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There you go. Good advice.
Good advice, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're the real MVP of today's episode. Yes, I'll distract myself with some bloodstained. Yes. I'll distract myself from not being able to check my social media for a couple of days. But yeah, it sucks that you got hit with spoilers, Ryan. That is very unfortunate. I hate when that happens. Like you accidentally stumble into like a spoiler like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's unpleasant because you want to go into like a piece of medium like with a blank slate. You don't want to carry any information that'll
pre-existing
information.
Yeah.
Like so the show that we were talking about last week, Working Moms, which I still recommend it, especially those of you who are parents.
Definitely.
Watch this show on Netflix, Working Moms. Someone was, I think she was getting ahead.
Yeah.
And so but to her credit, you got 4 episodes ahead, and then you were rewatching them with me, and you kept your mouth shut at whatever spoilers that were happening in the show.
They were so good.
Yeah, like, thankfully, you made sure you angled yourself out of my line of vision so you could do whatever physical reactions.
So I couldn't vibe eyes to you,
because we are married, we are married, so I can read your mind and you can read my mind, so I can tell just by your body language, like something's about to happen. Something about to happen.
Yeah, like you totally freaking give shit away, and I hate that so much.
The worst.
You're like, like that. And I'm like, damn you! I know something juicy's gonna happen.
Juicy. Yes.
I know how to keep my mouth. I know how to poker face. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you were out of my sight. That's how you kept a poker face. Like big stuff was happening in this show that we were watching.
Through 4 episodes.
4 episodes, and like a really big thing happens, and of course I turn around and I'm like, I knew it! I had a feeling blank was gonna happen. I caught a vibe from like a few episodes ago. So and so was being a shithead, and I felt it. I felt it in my bones.
Working Moms is such a good show.
Yeah, Working Moms. It's
not just about moms.
It's about families and parents, and it's like I was saying last week. It's very realistic. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone has problems. Everyone is fucked up. Like I said last week, it oddly makes me feel very comfortable about going into parenthood.
Yeah, me too.
Like it has put me like any fears I had have been like eased or pacified. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine. If all these broken people can do it, we got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if all these broken people survive all this stuff.
For as many family shows as there are on like NBC, and I'm still, I still can't relate. I still could not think of relating.
I refuse to watch This Is Us because I don't want that much emotion in my soul.
Yeah, but in your soul.
I don't need that much crying in my life.
I've cried all my tears out
especially now that I'm becoming a dad, everything has been hitting me harder. So it's like, I'm not watching that show.
But this show makes things real.
It feels.
Rick and Mom makes things feel.
It's like
real.
they're assholes.
Yeah.
To their friends, to each other, to their kids. It's just Elsie, right? You two will do great. That's why I married her. Honestly, that's why I married her. I felt like we're a pretty good team. I think that the two of us can contend with our young man coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think we'll be okay. I think me and her, as long as we're on the same page, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Yes, the same page. We gotta write the same book.
Write the same book. Be on the same page.
Yeah. Edit each other's shit out.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Don't read ahead.
Yeah. Don't future trip.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what we keep doing. We keep doing that all the damn time. We keep thinking about, oh my God, what's gonna happen when he's like 10 years old, and then all this. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, what's gonna happen when
Yeah. What's gonna happen is like anything can happen.
Yeah, she's having a baby. Yes, Bradney, she's having a baby. There's a. We're 6 months along.
Big bun in the oven.
At some point, I predict that you're gonna like go into labor during a podcast. You're gonna do it, like it's gonna happen. You're like your water's gonna break. Either you'll be on the podcast with me or you'll be here with us. And like bloosh, it's like, guess what, guys? We're taking the podcast on the road.
we gotta go.
We gotta go. Let's set this up with the camera, honey. Tell them how you're feeling. Fuck you.
444, baby on the floor.
444, baby on the floor. Live or it didn't happen, says white boy Sean Hornbuckle.
Oh my God.
I've been threatening, but I'm pretty sure that the living room is like a no cell phone zone.
Yeah, no.
Well, maybe I'll go outside and we'll do updates over the course. If you have like a 20-hour labor, it's like, all right, hour 15.
Don't put that out there. Why would you even put that out
there?
I'm
a monster. I'm a bad man. Well, we've been watching all these romper videos and we see these freaking like 24-hour labors, and I'm just like she's been showing me on YouTube all these like videos of midwives and doulas and like all these like long ass labors, and like we're seeing these women like suffering live trying to like have these kids.
I don't know my birth story. It's so interesting like to see birth stories. It's kind of crazy. Like, do you know yours? Like, how long did you take to get out of your mom?
Mine took about 24 hours at least. I was being a dick.
Your mom was...
I was breech. I was chewing on the placenta. I was like,
holy shit.
I was choking. I was choking on my umbilical cord. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong was going wrong when I was born.
Oh my God.
It took the will of a tiny little Asian lady to pull. Like, my mom always talks about how like, there was this tiny Asian lady jumping on the table and like helping to get my freaking ass out.
Oh my God.
Tiny Asian lady doctor. Boop.
Holy crap.
Get my crazy ass. I was like, but this placenta's so delicious. Why are you pulling me up? I mean, it's funny now because I'm alive.
That's probably why your mom waited 8 years to have another one.
Probably. I mean, I don't blame her.
Long ass time.
I don't think she was planning on number. I don't think she was planning on number 2. My gosh.
Dude, she's like, what the hell? A lot of shit. You were an asshole. Asshole baby.
Well, asshole baby. Yeah, I was such a little jerk. Ryan says, don't be afraid of the epidural. I'm like, well, right now, this young lady doesn't want to do any,
yeah, no.
she's bravely saying right now, no drugs, but we'll see the day of.
Yeah. We'll see. So we'll just see.
We'll see how, I mean, it's your birth, honey. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You be calling out the orders, and I'll be like, I'll give my catcher's mitt. Be like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's put a high hard one right here. Let's go.
It won't be live. It won't be filmed.
It won't be filmed. No, I'm not going to do that to her.
And if you want to see the baby, then you have to see it in person.
Yeah, there will be no social media of the child. No. You'll have to come see the kid in person. Monica Hornbuckle, wife of White Boy Sean, says, dude, really, do the episode. as a two-time mom right there. She's giving her piece of motherly advice to you. We'll see.
Yes, thank you, Monica.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Like.
Oh wait, and Sean, who is an RN. Wait, I'll be back in the OB rotation when you guys are due. I can practice on you guys.
Nice.
I don't know if we want to drive all the way down to Santa Ana to have a kid. We were planning on having it in East LA. Oh, Monica says 36-hour labor.
36 hours.
Oh my God, was that Mary or Marlene? Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Props to you, Monica.
That is fucking awesome. You're a queen.
You're a tough lady.
The MVP of the show tonight.
Brandon says, my son was pulling on his cord, and yeah, take the drugs. My girl's high as fuck.
Oh, crap.
Oh, Monica says, guess. I'm going to say Miria was the one that took longer. Just because of her attitude. Water only breaks 10% of the time. Oh, my God. Oh, we have to change this to Dre and Rosa's baby philosophy.
That'll be the Wednesday show.
That'll be the Wednesday show. Dre and Rosa's baby philosophy as we get advice from all of our parent friends as we're on this journey.
Like the last 5 minutes of the show, 10 minutes will be.
Ding! Like... Sean says ding. I nailed it. Apparently it was Miria.
Awesome. 6 hours and 32. Ooh, 6 hours.
Oh, Mike says bingo. I knew it had to be Miria.
Yeah.
I knew it had with that.
Like, I feel like even like a 6 hour could be cool. Would be all right.
Marlene is so polite. I'm sure she gave you a short labor. Your other daughter, your younger daughter is such a polite young lady. I'm sure she was just like popped right out.
Yeah.
Miria's like 24 hours for Ryan's wife.
Wow.
Who is also named Rosa.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my mom said I was like sleeping when I was born.
You're just like, is she alive?
Yeah.
Nah, just sleep.
Yeah, it was like nice and cozy.
That makes sense with the amount of times you nap.
Fucking love napping, yeah. Sleep is the best thing on earth.
Sleep is awesome.
I'm so afraid we're gonna lose
so much sleep. I've been preparing. I've been like decreasing my amount of sleep every day so I can be used to it.
And I keep increasing mine. I'm like,
You're increasing yours.
Nap. Here comes another nap. Oh, what's that? That's a nap.
I'm just reducing my amount of sleep. I'm going to bed later and later, and waking up earlier and earlier. That way I can survive on 4 hours sleep.
You went from
cumulative.
I love that you went from making breakfast at like 8:30 to 8 to 7:30.
It's getting earlier. My body, I'm conditioning myself. I'm psyching myself up to be. It is a boy, and we're kind of down to where we've narrowed it down to about 3 names. The mama says like when he comes out, we're gonna look at him with his beautiful little eyes, and he's gonna tell us what his name is. We're gonna just look it up. And we're gonna be like, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, we know what your name is, boy.
Totally.
Little guy. My little man.
For show. He'll let us know for show.
He'll give me my little dude. You guys will both have to take turns getting an hour of sleep. I know. She needs a lot of sleep, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna be taking a lot of bullets. My son slept good, but he always wakes up for food. Yeah. He's already waking her up for food already.
Oh my God.
He ain't even born yet. 4 a.m. She's up like cereal time.
Yeah. I have at least 3 breakfasts before 10 a.m.
You're a hobbit now. Sean wanted to name Miria Akuma. That is, Sean wanted to name her Akuma. Jai wanted to name his son Kratos.
Damn.
That's from a video game, God of War. What are the names? Do you want to reveal what the names are, honey, or
you can if you want.
We can.
Well, our choices.
Our choices right now.
Yeah.
All right, it's Tiger. Rey, as in like King. Rey, like Rey Mysterio. Rex, which is Latin for king, or Ace.
Yeah.
Like depending on the time of the week, I'll vacillate between all those names. I'll be like, my little Ace. Hey, what's up, little Tiger?
Yeah.
Rexy, hey, my little Rex.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray. Ray, like my little Rey Mysterio.
Ray the king.
Brandy named Nathan after Uncharted.
Nice.
If she was a boy, it was supposed to be Nathan Strider Akuma.
Oh, that's rad.
The Ace. I'm really partial to Ace.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
My little Ace.
So the thing,
Ace man.
We can have options?
We have options.
We have options.
Like, we could legally name him Tiger, and his nickname can be Ace. We can legally name him Ace, and his nickname can be Tiger, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel very fluid and flexible with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's always going to be our little king.
Yeah.
Little Rex or Ray.
Rex, Ray, Ace.
Ace.
He's our Top Gun.
Yeah, he's our little Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
He's our little Maverick.
Yeah.
Rex, Ray. Ray means king in Spanish. Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Or it mean something else in another language. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiger Moon.
Tiger Moon.
Heck yeah, that's rad.
Like, if it was going to be a girl, it was like we were already settled on Tiger Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger Lily.
Because she's Rosa. Your mom is Margarita. And
Which
then
is Daisy.
Daisy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
My grandma's Aurora.
Aurora.
Yeah.
If it was with ladies, it would have kept the line of flowers
The
going.
line of flowers, yeah. But this little dude.
It's a little guy, so it's a little boy, so
yeah.
Ace is high.
Yeah.
Tiger Moon, that does sound cool.
That sounds
Tiger
really
Moon.
cool, yeah.
Like it's a very hippie little.
It's pretty awesome.
I expect him to come out wearing sunglasses and a dude sweater. It's like, the uterus really brings the womb together.
Maybe his like first Halloween could be as the dude.
Miria just said Tiger Lily at the same time we did. Ah!
Nice, nice.
That was that's what she wanted to name.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she wanted.
It was a girl.
Moon.
Yeah. That's totally cool.
Moon.
I never really thought about that.
No, we
but
haven't
I
even
do
thought
have
about
like
that.
stars in on my arm.
Yeah, you have a whole constellation on your arm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just oof.
I know.
That.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Thinking about it.
We thank you, fellow parents.
Yes.
I've been loving this now these last few weeks, especially bringing my wife on. Is doing the parent talk with all my parent friends here. That it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It feels good to know that there's a support system out there.
Yeah.
Of all these other parents.
People who've gone through it,
Who've
who've been there,
survived.
done that. Survived.
She's telling me, well, what about more kids? I'm like, let's survive one.
I know.
I'd like to get through one, please.
It's okay if we get more pets. That's fine.
We'll just get more pets. More cats. All right, but wow, it's like easily over an hour already. Thank you everyone for watching. As usual, make sure you follow us on Twitter at DreGB Podcast. Follow us on Facebook if you're not. Well, those of you watching on Facebook Live, you already know where to find us at DreGB
Next
Podcast.
child, name them, leave me alone, and go sit down.
Ah! Bradney, savage. Leave me alone. Go sit down.
No signs of weakness.
They can smell weakness. I know. Oh boy, we have to be strong.
Well, you're judicious, and I'm pretty stern about.
You're a Taurus. You're pretty bullheaded.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to remember. I don't know who's gonna be good cop and who's gonna be bad cop. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be good cop, who's gonna be bad cop. I'm not sure.
Or we could be bad cop and bad cop.
It might be bad cop, bad cop.
Like that movie. That stupid movie. Bad cop, bad cop.
Bad cop, bad cop. So yeah, Bradney and Jai can give me from the black side.
Nice.
we get a lot of advice from you see my black brother Jai here.
Yeah.
As Jai likes to say, don't let the skin color fool you. We're brothers. He and I. I'm the brother of the light. He's the brother of the dark. See, Ryan says mommy is definitely bad cop in my house.
Oh, okay.
See, like, I can be good cop, but I can also be bad cop.
Yeah, you can.
That's as much as I enjoy chaos. Oh no, man, there's rules, bro.
There's rules.
There's rules to my chaos, bro.
There are rules.
Oh man.
And we will say no.
And we will. Yeah. I keep seeing all these people. Oh, don't say no to your child. At Disneyland. Okay, we'll end on this story. This one last Disneyland story. Because after the parade, we went back to Star Wars Land because it was really cool at night as well. The way everything was lit up. And we're just sitting and admiring the Falcon at night. And there's a little boy who's having a freaking fit. He's having a tantrum. He takes like his shiny Star Wars fluorescent cup and he just slings it at some dude sitting there. And I was like, whoa. And then the mom just like does nothing. Oh. And the kid's just like having a tantrum and he just drops to the ground and the mom turns around and says, I'm not acknowledging you. And I was just like,
oh my God. And
I turned to D, I'm like, that's some white people shit. She's ignoring the child. I'm like, let me ignore it. He's like on the ground, like like, like, give me attention, bitch. And it's like, I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, nah. My son's going to learn the word no real quick. That's some white person like, oh, I'm not going to tell my child no. I'm not going to be like, no, you got to establish some lines.
Oh, you don't.
See, Bradley says his lady's the bad cop.
Man, throwing shit at people is like,
she threw the shit at people, but the kid was like 2, and it's just like, and he just like falls on the ground. He's like on the ground, and then mom just turns around. I forget exactly what she said, or like she wasn't acknowledging him. And it just like let him get it out of his system.
Whoa, man. Enforcer, nice.
Yeah, Monica's I've seen it. Monica's the enforcer.
Nice.
Monica is like, she doesn't give a shit.
Nice.
She's hardcore.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, it's gonna be our kid.
It's our kid. So.
This is what we're gonna,
I will grab him by his ankles.
Signature.
If my son's having a tantrum, I'm just gonna grab him by the ankles and hold him upside down. Sup? You gonna do this upside down? All the blood rushing to your head? Yeah. So I thought. Throw him on my shoulder. We're like, all right, you good now? I'm gonna snatch my child by his ankles. Wah!
I'll allow it.
I'm not beating him. No, I'm not gonna lay hands on him. No. But I will pick him up. I will scoop that little boy up. Oh, you want to be on the ground? Oh no. How about no?
Why is your son so tall? Oh, he just gets picked up by the legs a lot.
Do the stretching. Just stretching him out. Grab him by his legs and be dangling him upside down. Sup? He's a great gymnast, yeah. He knows how to flip, flop, and fly.
Oh, man.
He learned professional wrestling from a young age. Our little boy's going to be doing those lucha libre moves. He's going to flip around me. He's going to arm drag me.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick him up. He's going to spin around. And I'm going to be an arm drag. Like, where did you learn that?
It's in my DNA.
It's in his DNA. He was watching the WWE Network behind my back. Oh, watching a bunch of lucha.
Well, this will be his third lucha boom. So.
I know the little boy's been to lucha boom twice already.
Yeah.
There was a guy at Comic-Con, and he had a comic book, and it was worth $4.5 million, and the son spilled soda all over it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's why I've been selling all my nerd shit. I've already made peace. I'm like, goodbye, my nerd stuff. I will find you a new.
That's terrible.
I will find a new home for all my nerd stuff with some childless people, because I'm like all my nerd stuff.
Oh my god. I just think, I'm like, nothing in my life is worth $4.5 million.
I'm glad. I'm like the.
Holy shit.
I don't think I have a comic book that's worth more than $10.
Oh
like, real talk.
God.
Ryan, he boxed up all his stuff.
Woo.
Oh, and Sean confirms he will be here for our baby shower on Sunday.
Awesome. Yay.
Thank you. You got approved for time off.
Cool.
All right, bring the daughters if they want to eat. We got a lot of food.
Oh my god, we're gonna have so much food.
So bring your daughters if you want to torture them. I mean, bring them along.
It's gonna be awesome.
That way, Rosa can meet polite Marlene and rude Mary. Although I'm sure Mary will be busy. She's a teenager.
That part is cool.
She's basically an adult now, so I'm sure she's not gonna come.
I just want questions. I want kid questions, like those questions from kids.
Yeah, it's weird. Like she's encouraged. Like we want to encourage our friend
talking with kids.
Miriam may be working. That's perfectly fine. She's an adult now.
Oh man.
Yeah, just kid questions. It's gonna be like.
Awesome.
All right, bring Marlene. Awesome. Have Marlene ask Rosa a bunch of kid questions that would come from a kid.
Dang. Yeah, he was like mad the whole time. He was like.
I'll bet he was.
Yeah.
Do a live stream of the baby shower. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Oh, we might.
Maybe a game.
Maybe one of the games.
One of the games.
That's debatable, Dre. Oh boy. Yeah, Rosa just wants to be assaulted with questions from a child. That way she can start prepping. Even though we're like way ahead of. Teenage girl questions. You got it. Cool. Right there. Direct them.
Cool.
This way. Oh man, I love how this generates now at the end of the show. This is the highlight for the show for me. The adult comment. Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh man.
Whew.
thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. All of you who are commenting, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching, listening, comment, all the comments, all these parent comments. Remember Teen Groot? That's Marlene now. What? No, she was so sweet. No, I remember building that bike for her, and she was such a sweetheart. No, and she's gonna kick my ass with her Krav Maga. No.
She's Groot.
She's Teen Groot now. Oh, that breaks my heart. Oh, I hope you're ready, honey.
This is gonna be fun.
The baby shower is gonna be fun. Can't wait. It's gonna be comedy.
Yeah.
I am Marlene.
Nice.
Irv. Oh, thank you, Irv. We got the boxes and boxes over here. Shout out to Irv.
So many boxes.
So many Amazon boxes came today. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you.
Thank you,
Times
Irv.
1,000.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I thank you via text, but you get a very public thank you
Yes.
for your baby shower gifts that
Yes.
we have received today.
They got here. As soon as I got to the door, I was like,
what's all these boxes?
What is this? Yeah. Super awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
But as usual, thank you for your support. And as always, like, share, comments. Like you guys have been doing a whole shitload of commenting today. So awesome. Those of you who watched live, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Share the show, like the show, all that stuff. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
We'll be back next Monday. I'm gonna figure out another show during the week at some point. I don't know. We've been busy. We've been busy, sleepy, tired. I'll figure out another show during the week.
Well, you're still doing stuff from your job, so.
I'm gonna figure. I'm trying to do the stuff from the job. Ironically, I came up with an idea last night of how to fix what I can do at work.
Okay.
Because we're.
See what rest brings you?
Ideas. Last night I had an idea. I'm gonna be doing a home shopping network of video games. It's gonna be fun. I think we'll see. It's gonna be.
Are you going to use your hands like this?
Yeah, because there's going to be check out this PS2 game. Look at this PS2 game from 1992. Oh, I don't know if the number's wrong. 2002. My numbers are wrong. 1992, that'd be like Genesis, which we can do.
Yeah, you guys have all kinds of crazy games.
There's a lot of crazy
games.
Kinds
of K-pop stuff and everything.
And then all the K-pop stuff this week.
That's another story.
That's another headake.
But let's go because they have to go.
They gotta go. Everyone has to go to sleep.
Take showers.
Yeah.
All those
I got
adulty things.
We have to go be adults. And I gotta do all the podcasty things. Clickety clack, click clack, click clack. I messed up the audio on the podcast version, so I'm gonna have to re-record it from the Facebook audio. I don't know. That's a future problem for future Dre. I am very thirsty and very tired. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Dre and Rosa's Geek and Parent Philosophy, I guess. Now, why not?
It's a very long title.
That's a mouthful. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good night.